Yo, and welcome to our first Starfield video here on the channel. And with this video, I wanted to point out probably the most important side quest in the entire game. This set me up for success throughout my entire playthrough. You guys are going to get access to this during your first main mission that you're on. You don't even have to complete that first main mission. You could stop right in the middle of it and go do this side quest, which I highly recommend you do, just because the rewards at the end of this side quest are just so good. At the end of this mission, you guys are going to get a full set of legendary space armor. So you're going to get the helmet, spacesuit, and a backpack. And then also you're going to get an entire ship for free. So the ship that you start out with in the game is not that great, but the ship that you get from this, I took this throughout my entire playthrough. I was able to take it anywhere I wanted, and you can also upgrade it further as you go along and bring it with you. So this thing is just fantastic. It also has pretty decent storage space, which is very helpful as you guys are picking up all your loot, but I highly recommend doing this side quest. Now, this side quest is called Mantis, and you're actually going to get this, like I said, during your first main mission. So during that main mission, you're going to end up at the Nova Galactic Star Yard, which is on the moon that orbits Earth. Without getting into any story spoilers, that's just where you're going to be. And once you're in there, you guys are going to be fighting some spacers, and make sure you start looting these spacers because one or a couple of them will have an item called Secret Outpost. And once you guys pick this up, go into your inventory and listen to the audio log from it, and this will trigger the quest line. And then from there, you can follow the quest. Once you have it active, you guys are going to be going to Denobola 1B, or however you want to pronounce that. And then from there, you're essentially just going to be running through a dungeon. So once you land, you're going to run through like a little star yard, past some spacers, and then eventually up to a door called the Lair of the Mantis. This is the main bulk of this side quest, is here in this lair. It is super linear, so you're just going to be going through and there's going to be a lot of enemies. Now, just to take note, as you guys are doing this, you're probably like level 5 or less. And some of the enemies in here can be like level 30, at least on my first playthrough. So make sure you bring some ranged weapons because they can do a lot of damage to you if you get close to them. But you can also still easily kill them. They're not like immune to your damage or anything. So just stick at range. You guys will be good to go. If you're doing any sort of stealth stuff, you're going to have a much easier time because stealth is very strong in this game, at least stealth ranged. And from there, you guys are just going to be working your way through all the different enemies. Make sure you are looting them as well because you can get a lot of big upgrades to set you up for the further times in your playthrough. I do recommend saving, at least like after clearing every room, because like I said, those high level enemies can just like insta delete you. There was one that killed me like once or twice, and he did it from pretty far and very quickly. So just keep that in mind as you guys are running through. Just play it safe. Now, once you've made it through basically everything, you end up at one final room and clearing out the highest level enemies that you'll see so far. And then you'll end up coming across this NPC named Livy. He'll be kind of just like cowering in a corner. And once you talk to him, he's going to say, "Spare me," essentially. And then you can have him help you try to get past the puzzle ahead, but you don't really need him. In my playthroughs, I ended up killing him both times just because, like I said, you don't need him. But if you want to bring him with, you can. He doesn't really have that great a loot, so you can do whatever you'd like with him. But once you pass Livy, you're going to end up in this big room with a bunch of lettered panels on the floor and a bunch of dead bodies, and there's going to be turrets at the other end of the room. So basically what happens is if you step on the wrong letter, these turrets are going to target you and instantly destroy you. I think they're like level 40 or 45 on your first playthrough, and they all just delete you. So make sure you save before this in case you just happen to misstep. But the answer to this puzzle was actually there the whole time. So if when you guys were going through the dungeon, there were some audio logs that you could be picking up as you were going through. I think they were optional questline things in the actual side quest. And it's basically going to be this son and mother doing these audio logs essentially to each other, or the son is kind of to himself. But anyways, the son at one point says that the mother always says the phrase "sic semper tyrannis," and that's actually the answer to this puzzle. You're going to end up taking the tyrannis part of that saying and plugging that into the floor panel. So Tyrannis as you guys are going through the panels. Now, some of the letters are like a little worn out and scuffed, so make sure you are stepping on the right ones as you're going through. And also make sure you set your companion to stay. I have set them to stay before and they've still walked on the panels, making the turrets start shooting, which can be a little scary, but luckily they should just focus on the NPC and not you. But just keep that in mind if you do have a companion with you as you are doing this quest. Once you've made it past the turrets, you're pretty much done. There's going to be a couple rooms with a few robots, but they're really not that big of a deal. A couple more turrets. And then finally, you're going to end up at essentially what is the Bat Cave. You're going to open this door. It's going to be this huge cave. There's like one robot in there. But from there, your mission's going to update, telling you exactly where to go to claim the ship and the spacesuit. And then once you have claimed both of those, you're good to go. You are done with the mission, and you can go ahead and leave. But something you should keep note with the spacesuit is I've done this a couple times, and each time the passives on those legendary pieces were completely different. So like one time I got plus 60 carrying capacity, and the other time I did not. So it's really going to depend on your run through on how effective this will be later on. If you get super unlucky, it's still really good to have now, but you'll probably find better stuff later on. But if you get very lucky, you'll most likely never take this armor off, at least until very late game. So that's why I think this mission is just so important, because you're going to be going from just basic common white gear to a full legendary set instantly. And I always came out of here with big weapon upgrades too, killing all the different spacers and looting all the chests. So every single part of my character just received a huge upgrade, and why every single person needs to be doing this side quest on their playthroughs. Yeah, we're going to have a bunch more Starfield content here on the channel, so if you did enjoy this video and found it helpful, make sure you are subscribed for more here in the near future. I should have a video basically every single day over the next few days, so keep an eye out for that. But anyways, thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you in the next video. See ya.